Barbie, John, thank you so much for taking the time. Congratulations on the film. It really, really moved me when I watched it. So congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, man. You changed your
Well,
look.
oh, thanks. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. I'm trying to get like you. Well, I want to talk to you about really what the film represents because to me it was beautiful. You're finding completeness in somebody else who's incomplete. It's family beyond blood ties. It's a chosen family and the power of kindness and the human connection. For both of you, when thinking about the theme of chosen family that's explored in the movie, how did that resonate with you? And what is your viewpoint on it overall, Barbie? If we can start with you.
Sure. I think what really affected me about the script was kind of it gave permission or it made people wonder, you know, we think that family is something that you have to put up with, even if it goes far beyond toxicity, far beyond, repair and even one-sidedness, you know. So for me, that was really like the point that I was really focused on, I think. And so for me, it was just like, I think that that's what is really beautiful at this movie that makes people think about like what is acceptable and what's not, for themselves and just having that like feeling.
Yeah, my dad wasn't the best dad in the world, and so I was always looking for like a surrogate dad, somebody to help me with my father hunger, and I found a lot of people like that. So to me, every Bob Treviño is somebody we all need, like this unconditionally loving dad, male figure who can be non-judgmental and who can be nurturing. I mean, it's a modern world. We need more men like that who can be nurturing.
I wanted to ask you, John. I've heard actors sometimes talk about, lines that they read, lines of dialogue from their character they read in the script, and it informs them greatly about that character. For Bob in this movie, when I was watching it, there's the scene where there's the plumbing issue or what have you at the house, and Bob shows up for the first time to meet Lily, and he says, I love helping people." Was the line he said. And to
Yeah.
me, I found out so much about who that character was in that one line of dialogue. Do you look for something like that when you're reading through a character to try to figure out what's that launch pad line?
Absolutely, absolutely. And you hit it. That was the line that helped me understand this guy. He's born to serve. He's born to help, and he feels better when he's helping. It was like the fortune cookie moment for me. Like open it up. Oh, that's the answer. And yeah, that was it, Mo. You hit it.
Okay, and for Lily, Barbie, is there so many small things that weren't even in the dialogue that I loved? Just the way the character looked, the dress, even having an older model iPhone that's cracked and she's operating through that. It just informed me so much about the character. Was that something that was already on the page or that you worked with Tracy to develop? Those small nuances.
I think working with Tracy, definitely. I think we wanted to portray Lily as someone who's completely abandoned herself and doesn't really have, doesn't pay any attention to what she needs and how she takes care of herself. It's really all about how others like what they're getting from out of her and if she's making everyone feel good and that she's doing a good job. So, all these little things, like there was even like a piercing I had in my ear where for me, I thought of it as like, that one time she like felt super rebellious. So she got like this one piercing and now she like hides it when she's with her dad. There's like little things that me and Tracy really worked on and we did to keep it very, everything was very intentional. So to make sure that the audience would pick up on these and even if it's just subconsciously.
Well, y'all all did a phenomenal job in this movie. I really, really enjoyed it. Thank you so much for taking the time. Congratulations again.
Thank
Thank
you. Thank you
you.
so much.
Tracy, thank you so much for taking the time. Congratulations on the movie. I watched it and it truly moved me.
Oh, thank you so much, Brad. And also, I'm from Houston. I don't know if you know that, but Houston, yes.
It's in my notes. I got to ask you, since you brought up, let's start there. Because I'm sitting in Houston right now. You're from Houston. I feel like Houston's overlooked as a great art city, a great creative capital in a lot of ways. How did Houston help shape you and your creative journey?
Oh my gosh, I went to Piney Point, Ashford, Paul Revere, Bel Air. I went to a lot of different schools, met a lot of different folks. It's shaped me in so many ways, and Houston's really diverse. We're corporate, but we're also artistic. We have everything in Houston. So I don't know. I know it made me who I am, and I can't wait to get back.
Yeah, no, it's such a great city, and you hit on the diversity of it. And I think that diversity of culture and thought and opinion really help shape us. And actually, I think when you write characters, you're more well-rounded because you've been around all these people before. And I won't hold it against you that you went to Bel Air. I'm a Lamar High School
Oh
graduate.
yeah,
Um,
we played we played each other in sports. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. This movie is so good. I really, really did enjoy it. And the characters feel so real. And I know this is a real story to you. And I know it has personal roots for you. When did you first realize and start to conceptualize this is a story that not only resonates with me, this is a story that I feel needs to be told?
I think, I felt so blessed by the small acts of kindness from a stranger, and I didn't know what to do with that gratitude. I didn't know how to, I just felt like I'm overflowing with gratitude. And so, when you're blessed with that kind of thing, you have to share it. It's kind of an obligation, to pay it forward. And I hope that this movie does that. I hope that it helps people heal a little bit, and that anything they may do, it's just like a ripple effect.
Yeah, and I love the idea of a chosen family too.
Yeah,
That we're not
yeah.
only just tied to the people by blood, but there are people in the world that we can actually choose to let into our family dynamic and family atmosphere. But I always hear this about writers. Okay, I hear writers make the worst editors. That's what I hear. That's what people say because writers fall in love with their words, right? It makes sense. For a writer director, was there something that you wrote in the screenplay that when you got on set and wanted to shoot it, you realized, you know what, this isn't how I envisioned it working? Or did everything flow in your initial intended vision?
There were a few things, there's probably 4 short scenes that we shot that aren't in the movie. It's not like a full scene, but little just, half scenes kind of and things. There was another scene that we were scheduled to shoot, and John, our male lead, John Leguizamo, the incredible John Leguizamo, told me he was having some feelings, and you'll know the scene I'm talking about, and he said, I feel like my character would express these feelings, and I said, okay, let's scrap the scene this other scene we're supposed to shoot. Everybody, we're gonna redo it. We're gonna shoot this scene. And so I was like, John's gonna be at his truck in 5 minutes. We're gonna shoot this other scene. So, you really have to be open to it as a director. You have to be. I feel like the film tells you what it is. If you listen, you have to show up and listen. And it's very different than writing. And so if you direct like a writer, you might be in trouble, you know. But and a couple other things. Scene 1 in the movie was scene 3 in the script. It wasn't originally, but when we were shooting it, I was like, this is the opening. This is the opening. And it was just Barbie's face is just so incredible. And another thing, there's a rage room scene that was in a different order before, and the movie didn't really land the way that it does until it was moved. So Anisha Chara, my incredible editor, she helped us find some of these movements. We did a lot of test screening. I'm a big fan of that when I get to say what notes I take.
I'm sure. Well, you know what? The movie came out like it was supposed to. I'm glad that you're representing Houston. I'm glad that you told this story. It's a story that needed to be told. And I really appreciate the time and congratulations again on the film.
Oh, thank you, Brad. Hi, Houston. Please see the movie. Thank you.
Take care, Tracy.
Thanks, Brad.